Our title for EIS group project is Volkswagen Carbon Emission Scandal.
The United States EPA has tightened emission controls due to the damaging consequences of nitrogen oxide, a pollutant present in the vehicle engine. As a result, the EPA has continuously issued tighter pollution standards for light-duty vehicles, including cars. Most of US automakers and major participants in automotive sector were affected by the new emission criteria, except the Volkswagen Group, which has grown into a significant seller. However, at the end of 2015, Volkswagen surprised the world with unethical activity by breaking the Clean Air Act through the creation and installation of software-based defeat devices for emissions control systems in vehicles. The results of on-road emissions reveals that these vehicles emit nitrogen oxide 4 times more than the standard limit. Due to this, researchers believe that over 6 years, Volkswagen diesel engines release an amount of 36.7 million of nitrogen oxide into the environment.
Emission testing is a crucial process conducted by automobile manufacturers to measure and assess the level of pollutants emitted by their vehicles. Volkswagen, as a global automotive company, was obligated to comply with emission regulations set by various countries and agencies to ensure that their vehicles met the required environmental standards. Emission testing typically involves 2 main types of assessment, which are laboratory testing and on-road testing. Laboratory testing is conducted in controlled environment where vehicles are placed on a dynamometer and a device that simulates different driving conditions during laboratory testing, and vehicles are subjected to specific standardized test cycles such as the New European Driving Cycle and EDC. And these cycles simulate typical driving scenarios and evaluate emission under different speed, acceleration and loads, and the objective of laboratory testing is to measure emissions accurately. On-road testing, on the other hand, involves measuring emission of vehicles during everyday usage, which may differ from laboratory results due to factors like driving behaviors, traffic condition, and variation in ambient temperature. However, in September 2015, the United States Environmental Protection Agency issued a notice of violation to Volkswagen, alleging that certain Volkswagen diesel vehicles were equipped with software that manipulated emissions tests known as defeat device. And the defeat device functions in 2 distinct modes, which is emissions testing mode and normal driving mode. And during emission testing mode, the software would detect specific parameters associated with the test condition, tricking the system into activating full emission control and reducing the emission level of harmful pollutants. Once the device detected the specific test condition, it would activate a series of adjustments in the engine's operation, and this adjustment included modifying engine performance to ensure compliance with emission standards. However, during normal driving condition, the defeat device would recognize the absence of test parameter and switch the engine into its normal driving mode. In this mode, the software would disable or reduce the effectiveness of emissions control system. By doing so, the vehicle could achieve improved performance, fuel efficiency, and torque while sacrificing environmental compliance.
For the Volkswagen engine design and emission control, one of the key technologies used in the Volkswagen latest engine is active cylinder management, ACM. ACM allows the engine to deactivate 2 of its cylinders when they are not needed, such as when the car is cruising at low speed. This can improve fuel efficiency by up to 10%. Second technology is the Variable Geometry Turbocharger, VGT. The VGT can adjust the amount of air flowing into the engine, which helps to improve the fuel efficiency and reduce emissions. Volkswagen have also made improvement to its emission control system. The third technology in the emission control is the three-way catalytic converter, TWC. Catalytic converter with 3 modes. A TWC is a machine that transforms dangerous pollutant into safer gases. A catalyst, which is material that quickens chemical processes, is often present in the TWC. The TWC is often found in the engine exhaust system. The fourth technology for the emission control is the diesel particulate filter, which is a tool that removes soot particles from exhaust gas by trapping and filtering them out. Typically, a ceramic substance with honeycomb structure is used for the DPF. When the honeycomb structure regenerates, the soot particles are burned off after being trapped there. When the engine gets sufficiently heated, the DPF regenerates itself automatically. The last technology of Volkswagen engines that was mentioning is the selective catalytic reduction SCR. which is a method that transforms dangerous nitrogen oxides into less dangerous nitrogen and water using reducing agent like urea. The SCR system is often found in the engine's exhaust system. Urea is injected into the exhaust gas by the SCR system, where it interacts with the nitrogen oxides to produce nitrogen and water.
Moving on to the impact on air quality and public health. As fuel burns at high temperatures, several gases are released, including nitrogen oxide. It is an oxidizing agent which leads to atmospheric reactions involving volatile organic compounds, resulting in the production of ozone, which contributes to global warming. Other than that, due to the scandal, nitrogen oxide pollution increased, which worsened the haze in the impacted areas and resulted in bad air quality. According to researchers, the scandal can threaten 60 human beings from 10 to 20 years prematurely. Moreover, it is also known to irritate the respiratory tract and increase the risk of cardiovascular and respiratory disorders. Excessive pollution from the scandal was directly responsible for 31 chronic bronchitis cases and 34 admissions of respiratory and heart diseases, respectively. As a result, Volkswagen faced numerous legal actions and regulatory consequences worldwide.
Then we move on to the engineering ethics. There are several ethical reasons that have led to the Volkswagen scandal. So the first is a lack of integrity. So Volkswagen installation of defeat devices and manipulations of emission tests demonstrated a lack of integrity. Following that are dishonesty and mispresentation. So Volkswagen engaged in misleading activities by purposely mispresenting their vehicle's emission performance. Deception entails purposely misleading other or withholding vital facts. Aside from that, there is a disregard of environmental damage. The decision to rig emission tests and allow automobile to spew higher level of pollutant showed a disrespect for the environment. Then there is the issue of a lack of the social responsibility. Volkswagen action, which violated pollution regulation and misled authorities, called this duty into question. And finally, there is a violation of professional ethics. A code of ethics governs the engineering profession, outlining professional responsibility and obligation. So Volkswagen engineers' use of defeat devices violated professional ethics because it included purposely manipulating authorities and jeopardizing public safety and well-being. Then we move on to the engineering ethics. There are several ethical reasons that have led to the Volkswagen scandal. So the first is a lack of integrity. So Volkswagen installation of defeat devices and manipulations of emission tests demonstrated a lack of integrity. Following that are dishonesty and mispresentation. So Volkswagen engaged in misleading activities by purposely mispresenting their vehicle's emission performance. Deception entails purposely misleading other or withholding vital facts. Aside from that, there is a disregard of environmental damage. The decision to rig emission tests and allow automobile to spew higher level of pollutant showed a disrespect for the environment. Then there is the issue of a lack of the social responsibility. Volkswagen action, which violated pollution regulation and misled authorities, called this duty into question. And finally, there is a violation of professional ethics. A code of ethics governs the engineering profession, outlining professional responsibility and obligation. So Volkswagen engineers' use of defeat devices violated professional ethics because it included purposely manipulating authorities and jeopardizing public safety and well-being.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Zulfati bin Muhammad Zaki, and I'll be presenting on the technological solutions and recommendation from the Volkswagen carbon emission scandal case. Here are the three recommendations for this study. The first one is the blockchain data security. Second one is the transparency and accountability, and the last one is stricter law and regulation. Blockchain technology offers a revolutionary approach to address the challenges of emission data tracking and verification in the automotive industry. It's an authoritative and unbiased source of truth, eliminating the need for any centralized authority to validate the truth, which can create a tamper-proof and auditable record of all emission-related information. Every recorded emission data point can be accessed by authorized parties, ensuring a clear audit trail. With blockchain, stakeholders, consumers, and environmental groups can have a confidence in the accuracy and reliability of all emissions data. Currently, emission testing is primarily performed during the certification process when the vehicle model is first introduced to the market. By implementing more frequent emission testing throughout the lifespan of a vehicle, it becomes significantly more challenging for companies to engage in fraudulent practice. No more traditional laboratory-based testing. The authority can do on-road testing, which involves equipping vehicles with portable emission measurement system (PEMS) to monitor emission during actual driving situation. It is also important to address the issue of weak penalties for cheating and strengthen the enforcement of emission regulation. By increasing the financial, legal, and reputational risks associated with non-compliance, stronger penalties send a clear message that cheating on emission standard will not be tolerated.